And good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Drop Zone Podcast with your host, Anthony Young, and my partner in crime, Jeff Walsh. And for the second straight week, conspicuous by her absence, is our moderator, Mary. She's actually had some personal problems that she was dealing with this week. Um, there was a death that she's dealing with, so we gave her more time off to get everything done with that. And Mary, if you're watching, we wish you the best. Can't wait for you to come back.
Yes, absolutely. Personal stuff first here on the drop zone, you know. So, uh, again, she could take as much time as she needs to process everything, and we can't wait to have her back.
And once again, we're having issue with Facebook. There's a
hmm
surprise.
Yeah, not much of a shock there.
Yeah, I know.
We get a good run for like a few weeks, and then it's back to crap. But how you doing today, Tony or Anthony?
Um, Better than I was yesterday.
That's good.
Yeah, yesterday I left work about an hour early because I was feeling really nauseous and had like what was feeling like it was gonna be like a really bad migraine come up.
Ooh,
Yeah, and today much better,
that's good.
except for the fact that we can't get the fee for the Drop Zone podcast Facebook group to work.
hmm Probably one of our most important things to have it streamed to. But
Yeah, but we'll do like always. Once the show's over and it uploads to our server, we'll get it right to you guys as soon as we can.
yep, absolutely.
So yeah, you guys have no fear about that. If you can't catch it on the group page, don't worry. You can catch it on either my profile page or Jeff's profile page or our YouTube channel. And again, like I said, if you can't get them on those for some reason that not in the area to get them, you can always catch it up on our group channel or group page. It usually takes about an hour before I could get it uploaded. Between uploading into our server and then downloading it on my computer, and then up to Facebook, and then have to wait for Facebook to go through its process of making sure there's no copyright infringements and all the good stuff.
Hmm,
Yeah, that's the fun part. Jeff doesn't get to do.
that's fine with me. Again, you are business and tech part. I will look up anything I need to look up. I'm not doing that. But this week, we have fun this week. Um, a lot of signings and trades this week. We do have a dummy of the week, which again is one of my all-time favorite segments that I get to do. So, um, and then the topic that I think me and Tony have been most excited for ever since we've started the podcast back up. We are doing our 2025-2026 NFL record predictions for each team.
Yes, we
And
wait
Tony,
all season for this.
oh yeah, me and Tony have been itching at the bit to do this topic ever since we came back. Um,
And I'm sure we're gonna hurt some people's feelings, but I don't give a shit.
yeah, I'm ready. Jay, he'll pop in here and he'll get his feelings hurt, but that's too bad.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't talk about that other thing that happened yesterday, we wish not to discuss.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it. we were gonna hop right into the trades and signings. Uh, First big one happened on Friday. Commanders, they traded in a shocking turn of events. They traded their running back Brian Robinson Jr. to the 49ers for a 2026 sixth-round pick. Very weird. I wasn't expecting this. It did kind of come out of the blue. It was very random. Um, but
Very random.
not 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 Niners get another running back again with CMC. He's definitely a high risk, high reward kind of player. If you're talking about fantasy wise, if he stays healthy this year, Robinson I don't think will get a lot of touches, but it's CMC. He might get injured, so Robinson definitely does get a good role there in San Francisco. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
Um, like I said, it did catch us off guard, especially considering that you already have CMC. So yeah, that you know caught me completely off guard. And when I first seen it, I was like, "That's got to be a mistake. That can't be actual right. Something's going." So that's telling me that they're not confident enough in CMC remaining healthy for the rest of the season. That's what that's
I
telling me.
I was more shocked on the commander side of, you have a young running back, and I don't really understand why they would trade him away. I mean, he had a good season last year, and now your go-to running back is Austin Eckler. I mean, it's a good running back, but it's older. I mean, I thought they were in kind of a youth movement there in Washington, but I mean, I guess we'll see how that goes, having Austin Eckler as the running back one there in Washington. Uh, a bit of a smaller trade coming up Sunday. Minnesota traded quarterback Sam Howell and a sixth round pick in 2026 to Philadelphia for a fifth round pick in 2026 and seventh round pick in 2027. Again,
Minnesota's
a
been very busy.
Yeah, it's been really weird of how many trades there have been, and Philly and Minnesota have both been very kind of busy this offseason. The Chiefs traded with the Jets to get back defensive tackle Derek Nada, and the Chiefs are sending a 2027 conditional sixth and seventh round pick swap. The Jags, they sent offensive tackle Fred Johnson back to the Eagles in exchange for a 2026 seventh round pick. Now, the big news of kind of the week, Terry McLaurin is finally signed with the Washington Commanders on a 3-year, $96 million max not max, but that is what his contract is worth, up to $96 million. And then hours later, Trey Hendrickson and the Bengals finally agreed on an extension of $14 million raise for this year, boosting his 2025 salary to $30 million. But he is still planning on being an unrestricted free agent after the season.
Um, okay, the first one we're going to go over is Terry Scary. That
Hmm.
one is, I mean, I literally was expecting an actual trade. So that fact that they, re-signed him to what could be considered almost a max contract, says that they're actually looking to make sure they give Jaden Daniels all the help he needs.
Hmm.
As far as Hendricks, Um,
What?
that signing is telling me he doesn't plan on staying after this season.
And I think he made that pretty clear. Uh, I just don't understand why these organizations feel like they need to. Hi Jay, but by the way, uh, no, we did
Oh
not talk
hell,
about the thing yet. Uh, but I don't understand why these organizations need to wait till 1 week until the season starts. Uh, we know what these players want. They made it very clear, and these organizations are making it worse and worse by each day that they didn't get it done. Hendrickson, he made it clear 2 years ago what he wanted. Then the Bengals have waited until Monday to let him get what he wants. So I don't understand what these organizations are doing, really. Again, Dallas is another prime example of the shit show that's going on there.
oh Lord, here we fucking go.
Uh-huh. I mean, we knew he was gonna just let us know. I got to hear about it at work, so now it's your turn. Uh, and again, it's great that my coworker that I was with last night with Jay, he's a Giants fan as well. So he was telling him, be careful what you wish for with having Daniel Jones
Exactly.
as your quarterback. So, um, yeah, those are the two very big signings. McLaurin stays with the Commanders, and Trey Hendrickson is staying with the Bengals for at least this whole season. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go.
You better not.
Here we go. Here we go. The Jay's back. He's back from his vacation. He's back from Florida to wreak havoc.
Yes, I know he is.
Hmm. And Amari Cooper is having a reunion with the Raiders. He has signed a 1 year deal to return to Las Vegas. Cleveland has traded away one of its five quarterbacks, Kenny Pickett, to Las Vegas. Or no, to Las Vegas for a fifth round pick. So he is now the backup to Geno Smith. Oh, he did his homework. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, 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 no. I see that next comment. Here we go. There you go. I'll just keep going. Minnesota trades Mekhi Blackman to Indianapolis for a 2026 six-round pick. He's a cornerback who will be starting the season injured, but that's a good pickup for the Colts. And today has been action-packed. I don't know if you've seen, but Carolina has traded wide receiver Adam Thielen, a 2026 7th round pick, and a 2027 5th round pick to Minnesota for a 2026 5th round pick and a 2027 4th round pick. So Adam Thielen goes back to Minnesota. All right. For once, he has nothing to say.
That's a
Never thought
first.
it would. Yeah, I know. Yes, you do, Jay. You've been slacking. To me, this is a huge trade for. I mean, you'll find out how I feel about them soon. Uh, I think that this is a huge trade for the Vikings here. They have Addison, who is suspended to start the year. The Rondell Moore, he tore his ACL in the preseason. So they cannot just do with Justin Jefferson. So I think that this is a huge uh, sign or a trade, and Carolina now gets younger in the wide receiver room.
Yeah, the Thielen one kind of wasn't too unexpected. There was, I mean, it was rumblings about that earlier after Addison was officially suspended that Minnesota was going to try to get Thielen. It's the fact that they actually just finally made it official, but we're not worried about Daniel Jones. We just, I mean, he's not going to lead you guys to the Super playoffs anyway. So
And you'll see my record of what I have them at. So how I
exactly.
think about Daniel Jones.
But yeah, like I said, they needed wide receiver help with Addison being out, and who's better familiar with that offense than Adam Thielen? I mean, he literally was only going for I think with just what this past season is when he
In 1 or 2 years.
yeah, it was 2 years because he was there for Bryce Young rookie season, so yeah, it was 2 years that he was
Hmm.
gone, and I mean the offense pretty much hasn't changed. It's the same thing. You just don't have Kirk Cousins.
Yep. Now it's JJ, and it'll help his growth. I believe it'll help his growth this year. Another wide receiver trade. Detroit traded wide receiver Tim Patrick to Jacksonville for a 2026 six-round pick. Nothing too crazy there. It's Jacksonville. Who cares? And the Ravens have signed All-Pro safety Kyle Hamilton to a record-breaking 4-year extension worth over $100 million and $82 million guaranteed. The deal, which averages $25.1 million a year, makes Hamilton the highest paid safety in NFL history and the highest paid non QB in Ravens history. Well deserved. He is a freak on the defensive end for the Ravens, so he has definitely earned this contract uh, from the Ravens.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said on that one. There's no dispute. He deserves that definitely.
He is an absolute freak. He is everywhere on the defense there. And here's my dummy of the week.
I've been waiting for
Oh,
this.
this pains me because I just had a fantasy football draft a few nights ago, and I drafted him on my team. I was very happy to have him on my team. And now, Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice is suspended for the first 6 games for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy.
I'm waiting for it.
Dummy. Yeah.
There it goes.
Can the Chiefs players stay out of trouble, please,
No.
and healthy?
Oh, that's definitely a no. We know they can't. I mean, even if they do stay out of trouble, then they're gonna get injured. If they stay healthy, they get in trouble.
I'm not going to keep saying what I say all the time. I don't understand why these people or players don't learn. Honestly, I don't have much to say because on my screen I see my predictions and I'm excited to get into it. So, Rashid Rice, fuck you, because
Damn. Tell us how you really feel.
you pissed me off. I was excited. I was excited. I had him on my team. I was so happy, and then he gets suspended.
Well, tell us how you really feel about that situation.
I did. So here we go. Our predictions for the 2025-2026 NFL season. And Jay, don't get your panties in a bunch, man. It's okay. we won't have the same opinion. All right. So you did it by conference, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'll go first. My number
Okay.
one team in the AFC, I have the Ravens at 14-3. I really, really, really think, and this pains me. I'm wearing a Steelers shirt. People on the podcast know I am a diehard Steelers fan.
This is true.
This pains me to say, but I think this is the Ravens' year.
Okay.
I I really do. I think the screw ups from everybody else because Lamar plays great in those playoff games, and it's always one of his teammates not catching the ball
Mark
or
Andrews.
not doing something right. Yep. So
Not to name names.
sorry, but yeah, Mark Andrews. Um,
We don't name drop on this show.
no, we keep it PG and laid back. Yeah, but
I can't
I looked
look.
at the
I
schedule.
can't do that with a straight face.
I couldn't. Um, because I know when the season starts, Rodgers is gonna do something and you're gonna go off the handle. So I couldn't even do it with a straight face. I looked at the schedule. I think they split with the Steelers. I'll be serious, and they might split with the Bengals. But every other game is definitely winnable, and I think they just have one slip up in the season, and then they'll get that fixed rather quickly. Uh, again, I think this is their year. Lamar, Derrick Henry, and that offense really thrives, and the defense does Ravens defense. So again, Ravens number one in the AFC in my opinion at 14-3.
Okay, well, we're starting off on the same boat. I got the Ravens as well. I got them at 13-4 because they always get that one game where they're supposed to win, and somehow they find a way to lose that one game. So that's why I mean, but yeah, for all the same reasons that you have them as number one, I have them as number one as well. With that offense, with being led by Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, I don't see anybody that's actually can stop them. The only team that can stop them is themselves.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's been in each past few years is they've beat themselves multiple times.
Yes, so yeah, I mean, like I said, we're already starting off on the same foot. You could, which goes again. You can show how long me and Jeff been doing this together.
Yep.
Because I'm pretty sure I know who he has as number two.
So I have two teams with the same record, but I'm gonna put this team first just due to tiebreakers of how I looked at each schedule and who I had winning in their matchup this year. At number two, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, I see them taking a step back. I see them going 12-5. I don't think they're going to be as dominant this year. Uh, given the whole AFC West has gotten a lot better, and they are getting injured, and players are getting suspended a lot, so they're not at their full strength and capacity, and the season didn't even start yet. So again, I see them take a step back with Kelsey now. He's going to be ultra not even in football mode. Mahomes has I don't even know who to throw to right now. But he's still gonna somehow get it done for that Chiefs. And again, they will still have a winning record. They will still be dominant in a lot of games. So, but again, I will see them going 12-5 for sure.
Well, we was close because I got the Bills number two, with the same record, 12-5.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, which probably means you probably got the Bills at number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs at number 3. All both with this 12-5 record.
Yep. It it's just in because they do play each other, and in the matchup, I had the Chiefs winning that matchup. So it was like with the tiebreaker, I have them just like a little bit ahead of the Bills.
See, and that's the thing. I got them beating the Chiefs during the regular season, which they usually do. Is when they get to the playoffs, is when they find a way to lose to the Chiefs. So, but yeah,
You're
I
right.
mean, with that Bills' new off defense, I mean, hopefully now they can actually get over the hump of Kansas City. But unfortunately, I hate to say it. I mean, if there's any Bills fans on here, I'm sorry, but I think your window for getting a championship is closed. Unless Lamar or Derrick Henry gets hurt, I don't see you guys getting past Baltimore.
No, I think it is now the Ravens' time, and the Chiefs could obviously again easily beat them in the playoffs. They do it every year. So yeah, again, you're exactly right. I have Bills at same record, 12-5, number 3. It's just we flip flopped of who's gonna win in the regular season matchup to get the tiebreaker down. Bills again. It's a great team, obviously. Josh Allen MVP last year. Again, they still have a great season. This AFC East that they're in is very favorable. With the Jets, Dolphins, and Patriots. Patriots, I think, will be better, but Dolphins, I think, are not going to be good this year, and the Jets are the Jets. So, I mean, that's about 5 wins guaranteed for them already, and then throughout the whole rest of their schedule. Bills looking good this year, as always. They'll be in the top 3 for sure. Again, I have them at 12-5, like you do, but just one spot lower.
Yeah, like I said, I got the Chiefs at the third spot. I mean, they're going to win the division, but they're not going to win it by a huge margin like they have been. Um, I got a feeling they're going to split with Denver because Bo Nix is just he's turning into a monster out there, and there's just like you said, there's already got games that's starting off at turn that damn sports ticker off. I'm tired of seeing about that fucking bitch. Um, oh yeah. So
The
with
Chiefs,
with Rice being suspended, and what's his face, planning his wedding, they're going to be preoccupied. They're not going to be, as explosive as they were. Their defense is still, I mean, yeah, it's good, but they still got holes in their defense. So yeah, I just don't see them. I see them still winning the division, but barely winning that division.
I agree with you 100% because in the fourth and fifth spots, I have 2 teams with the same record again. Uh, who do I think is going to be above in the fourth spot? I'm going to go with who you just mentioned, the Denver Broncos. I have them at 11-6.
Mm.
This team is going to be really good. They were good last year under Bo Nix and Sean Payton. And this is another year in the same offense and the same coaching system for Bo Nix, which is great, which only helped him. And the defense got better. Somehow, this defense got even more stacked than what it already was. So they will give, like you said, the Chiefs a run for their money. They will not make it easy. this is going to be a tough team. Again, I see them making the playoffs easily, and they will be a tough out in the playoffs for sure. So Broncos 11-6 this year. I'm very high on the Broncos.
Okay, I'm close to where you at. In the fourth spot, I got the Bengals at 10-7. Um, just like you said, they have a chance to split with the Ravens. I don't see it happening, but we all know how that division is, the black and blue division, where they love beating up on each other, and every game is it's pretty much close. Even when they're playing the Browns, the games are still somewhat close.
Not this year.
Yeah. This year I think they're going to be Um, but there's also a couple of games that worries me with the Bengals, just for the simple fact is, once again, we're not sure about their offensive line. Yeah, they have made some improvement to it, but still, also you got 75% of your money going to four players. So they really haven't had a chance to improve much on the rest of the team. And we discussed this early in the season, especially with Cincinnati. Their defense, either the front seven plays very well or the back half plays very well. It's never a combined unit playing well together. And I got a feeling that that's going to cost them a couple of games, which is why I got them at 10-7.
Yeah, the defense killed them last year, and again, they really haven't made any improvements on it this year. And it's, I think, going to be the same thing to where Joey B is going to need to put up 35 a game to even try and win some games at points in the season. I have them at number 5 at 11-6. Just one more win. I don't know, I think one of those games that you worry about, I see them winning and pulling out this year. They need to get off to a fast start this year. They always tend to start off the season like 0-3, 0-4, 1-3. They need to do something this year under uh, their head coach, because it seems to be every year they seem to not get off to a good start. So, and given their schedule, it's a good chance that they do get off to a good start finally. I mean, we will see. Um, but yeah, I mean, again, as a Steelers fan, it pains me, but yeah, Bengals 11-6. I have them at number 5 on my list in the AFC.
Okay, at number 5, I got the Houston Texans. Um, Same record, 10-7. They're basically going to win that division again. The AFC South is, I mean, outside of the Texans, the only actual threat to the Texans could be the Colts and probably the Titans. Jacksonville, I'm just yeah. I don't even know
Hmm.
what to say about that. That's just a
We'll
shit
get,
show start waiting to happen.
yeah, no, we will get to the record very soon. Yeah, Texans, easy is one of the easiest divisions in the league. Um, so I have a lot of teams at 10-7.
Okay.
Um, and just by default, the Texans will be ahead of all the other teams because they will win their division. I have them at 10-7 as well, almost like what you do. I mean, they'll dominate the Colts, Jags, and Texans, so that's 6 wins automatically. Or sorry, and the Titans, that is 6 wins automatically. Um,
Well,
and
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that part. I don't think they're gonna dominate the Colts. I do have a feeling that they'll split with the Colts, but it will be one of those splits where one game is real close, and then one game's a blowout.
Hmm. I don't know. I just don't see it in the Colts and any dime. So, and maybe even at that point in the year, it'll be Anthony Richardson. I That'd be funny as hell. Um, I don't know where Jay went, but I wish that he was here to hear that. But um, yeah, I mean, Texas 10-7. They're not the best team in the league, but they're definitely not the worst. They're like right in that middle ground of like they'll definitely make the playoffs just based off of being number one in that AFC South. So yeah, Texans at 10-7, so they're like six in my rankings.
Yeah. I have the Broncos at 6. Also with a 10-7 record. Um, there was a few things that do worry me with Denver. By this being Bo Nick's second year, I'm hoping he doesn't hit that sophomore wall. But I see their defense keeping them in a lot of games. I mean that defense is just yeah. I don't know how much more to say about that defense. Except it's just I mean if that defense gets a Denver a nice lead, they're going to protect it, and then Bo Nix doesn't have to play hero ball. So,
Like that.
and like I said, I see them splitting, with the Chiefs. I see them taking both games with the Raiders, and I kind of see them splitting with the Chargers.
Hmm.
So yeah, like I said, the only team I see them actually taking both games is against the Raiders. But yeah,
I mean, this defense is crazy. I mean, they were amazing last year, and then they just added pieces throughout the whole offseason.
yeah, they just got better.
So,
That's why I said. I mean,
so
if that defense could get their if that defense could get them out in front with defensive scoring, I mean,
mm,
like I said, then you don't have to have Bo Nix to play hero ball, and because I don't see that defense giving up much points.
I don't either. Again, maybe against the Chiefs, Chargers, and they have like a slip up here and there, but other than that, like this defense should definitely be top of the line and uh, top five in the league. Um, all right. Again, I said that I have a lot of teams at 10-7. This is gonna shock a lot of people of this team that I have at 10-7.
Uh oh, I'm
I put
intrigued.
the I put the Patriots at 10-7.
Okay,
Uh, I'm I'm a changed man. Uh, I'm never usually high on year two quarterbacks. I'm never usually high on rookie quarterbacks either. But even year two ones, I got to see it again. But Drake May has a lot of talent and potential, showing me because they went out and got Diggs now. They have a better offense around Drake May than what he had last year, and he was still doing amazing or pretty decent last year with what he had. And the defense is going to be a Patriots defense. It's going to be a lot of close and tight knit games, but I think Drake May has that it factor to get them to win a lot of those games. So I think that the Patriots will get to 10-7 this year and be a problem for the Bills in the AFC East. I don't think they're going to run away with it like they always do.
so you got the Patriots making the playoffs then.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. I mean I have the Patriots up there, but not as high as you do. Um, for the seventh team, and I mean you're probably gonna be happy about this one. I got your Steelers barely making it with a 9-8 record.
Oh, what the
What?
9-8?
Yes, 9-8. For the simple fact is, I have a feeling that Aaron Rodgers is going to turn into GM Aaron Rodgers at some point. I know you don't want to hear that, but you know in your heart it's coming.
No, it's not. We don't need that. And he knows we don't need that. The Jets needed that.
But you know how Aaron Rodgers is. If he don't feel like he has enough weapons, he's going to start turning to GM Aaron Rodgers.
We have enough.
I'm hoping so. But at least I still got y'all making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's all better than 9-8. That's what we get when we had frickin' Kenny Pickett.
Well, my concern is because you guys have a lot of new pieces on defense. I need to see all those pieces working together. So I got a feeling like the first couple of weeks, first maybe the month and a half, they still got to gel together. So I see them losing a couple of games they're not supposed to be losing, but
That's
down the
Steelers way. We do
stretch,
it anyway. We do it every year. We somehow lose to the Browns almost every fucking year when we shouldn't. Oh, now your feed to your Facebook just
yeah, I know. I saw
hit,
that.
hit the.
We got two feeds down on Facebook. Fucking
Mm-hmm.
Facebook.
Mine's still good. I don't know.
Yeah, we still got yours and our YouTube feed. The YouTube feed we never have an
Mm,
issue with. But
no.
yeah, my feed just went down for some reason. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm. I have my Steelers just barely squeaking in at 10-7. We are like the eighth seed, seventh or eighth seed. I don't even know like what we're at now. Um, yeah, I've been 10-7. A little bit better than you. Um, for opposite reasons. I mean, yeah, our defense is fairly a lot of new pieces, and who knows how it is going to gel and move and look. Uh, Rodgers, I don't think turns into GM Aaron Rodgers because we don't need it, and he knows that we don't need it. Uh, I think he comprehends that we're not getting Adams from the Rams. We're not going out and getting 82-year-old Randall Cobb. Uh, we're not taking Jordy Nelson out of retirement. We're not getting Greg Jennings. Like we're not doing any of that. And I think he understands that and he comprehends it. I mean, he's going on podcasts with Steelers players and everything, stuff that he wasn't really doing when he was with the Jets. He seems very all in, and it's more of a cohesive unit here in Pittsburgh when with him around. And it's not like I feel like he was very distant when he was with the Jets, and he was just a guy that was there, and they again expected him to do everything, to whereas now he doesn't need to. Um, Again, we just need him to be consistent, not to turn the ball over, which he's very good at doing. He's very good at not turning it over. Um, so again, I'm very optimistic. I'm never optimistic. I'm very unoptimistic person, but Steelers at 10-7 in the 8th seed in the AFC is what I have them at this year.
Okay, so yeah, I have in the eighth spot the Chargers. With the same record as you guys, 9-8. Just like I said earlier, when it came to Denver and Kansas City, I mean, I see them possibly splitting the series with Denver. Um, depending on which team shows up for Kansas City, they could split the series or they could get swept.
Hilarious.
I see them struggling with at least one of the games with the Raiders. Probably will be the game in Vegas, but other than that, they're going to beat them at home. Well, they should beat them at home. And then there's just a couple of teams that just kind of worries me with the Chargers because their offense is pretty much almost decimated with retired players retiring, and now you got to fit in new pieces. So yeah, see the Chargers just if barely squeaking in. If not, I mean, I have the Patriots right behind them. So I mean, you never know. The Patriots might be able to sneak in.
Mm, this AFC is loaded. Um,
Yes, it is.
but I mean, me and you have had pretty much same teams in the top 8, other than the Patriots pick that I have in there. That's like my bold pick of the season. Is Patriots kind of doing that well? Um, Again, I just have a lot of faith in the offense, and the defense, and with Mike Vrabel being the head coach who knows like what he's doing, I do have confidence in there as well. Um, Let me try and see. All right, I did.
So apparently, my feed is still going on my Facebook profile. It's just giving us a warning about something with on the server part.
Okay. Broncos win West. I wouldn't doubt it though.
I mean,
I
we've
just
already
got to see it
stated. I
first.
mean, I said the Chiefs, if they're going to win it, they're going to barely win it. They're not going to just
Me,
own it like they have been in the past.
me too. Again, I had Chiefs at 12-5 and Broncos at 11-6. So it'll be down to the final game there for them. AFC Chargers. I think I talked about the Chargers, right? I don't know. I am so fucking tired.
We're in the ninth team should be the year. Whoever your ninth team is.
Yeah, because eighth was Steelers. You have, yeah, because I have the Patriots. That's the one not in your list. Yeah, Chargers. I have them at 9, 10, or I have them at number 9, going 10-7, just barely missing it. Uh, I have faith in Harbaugh. I mean, I'm a Michigan guy. I think whatever you know concerns that you have about the offense, I think he will figure it out. The defense is a bit better, but I think it does cost them a few games this year, and Herbert needs to show me that he is that guy. He's not very consistent. Um, oh, here we go. He's gonna piss me off.
Mr.
Okay, great.
Vacation
Jay,
Man.
Jay, I got 4 hours of sleep. Shut up. Um, so again, almost all the same reasons that you said. But their defense worries me a little bit. Inconsistent, may cost them a few games this year. So, but yeah, I think that they'll have a good season, but just barely miss the playoffs at number 9.
Okay, so at number 9, I have the Patriots. Um, at first, I really wasn't high on the Patriots, but then I started to realize I was like, okay, if Stephon Diggs could keep his mouth shut and just play ball,
You know what you're talking about?
who?
Diggs and shutting up and keep his mouth shut. We have about as
Yeah.
better chance of Jason shutting up than Diggs shutting up. That's not gonna happen.
But I'm just saying, if he could keep his mouth shut and just play ball, like I said, that last playoff spot could come down between I feel the Chargers and the Patriots. But yeah, I mean, with that defense, Mike Vrabel has that defense going. Like I said, I'm just the Diggs factor is what bothers me, and I think he's going to cost him a couple of games, especially key games, because he's just going to turn into old Stephon Diggs, where he's just going to run his mouth and just and just not shut up.
Yeah, bitch and moan and complain because he's getting locked up. Words of wisdom from Jay. He's absolutely right. Words of wisdom from Jason. I know, Jay. You always say that at work. I know. Um. All right. I think we're now getting into the losing records. 'Cause I don't have any teams at 9-8.
Yeah, I got all
AFC.
losing records right here too.
Um. I have. Let's see. I have two teams going 7-10,
Okay.
and oh, Jason. One of them is the Colts. Colts are finishing 10th in the AFC at 7-10.
Okay.
A bit generous, but my bold take is this, and it's gonna piss him off and it's gonna rile him up, as if he needs
I'm
any help
waiting.
getting riled up. Daniel Jones starts 2-5,
Okay.
then in comes Anthony Richardson, and he brings them to 7-10, and plays better than Daniel Jones this year. That's what I think happens. Is that this 7-10 record is not because of Daniel Jones. This 7-10 record will be because they put Anthony Richardson back in because Daniel Jones sucks. And Colts fans like Jason finally realizes that it wasn't just because he was on the Giants. It's because he is a bad uh, decision maker in the pocket, as you can attest to. He made a lot of bad choices in the pocket, not read the open man. So, Colts at 7-10, not making the playoffs. They're number 10, and Anthony Richardson comes back in the starting job, and he propels them to 7-10 after starting off, I think, like 2-5.
Huh. That's very interesting.
Oh boy, I
Um.
riled him up. I'm happy about that. I riled him up. I'm happy. That's fine as long as you're still watching.
I have the Raiders at number 10. I got them at 8-9. Um, Pete Carroll's going to have that team ready to play. You know, he got Geno Smith. You know, Amari Cooper's back. You still got Max Crosby to lead that defense,
We got freak of nature.
and for somehow Pete Carroll always finds a way to get his players to play harder than what they. Well, not I won't say hard, but better than what they should. So, and I think they just, they're not going to make the playoffs, but I mean, they're going to open some eyes.
Yeah, I mean, that to tell you something that no one else sees anything good with him. I like that me and you think a lot alike. I'm right behind you with the Raiders. I just haven't won one less game.
Okay.
7 Uh, same reason why you named Gino and Pete
In
Carroll.
line.
You know, they uh they were there in Seattle when Gino had his breakout season, so they are very familiar with each other. Rookie running back Ashton Genty, even though he's not a quarterback, I'm not very high on him right now. I got to see him do it against first stringers, man. He was going against second, third, fourth stringers. I got to see it. So this is Jay on his other account too.
Yeah, I kind of
So
figured
that's
that.
who outrage game. Yeah. That's his gaming channel where he makes people rage. So yeah, even Giants fans were never high on Daniel Jones. Um, then and again, like Max Crosby is a freak of nature. I mean, he will single-handedly help that defense wherever he needs to. He will get to that quarterback in the most important times in the game. So, Chargers, I think will, like you said, shock a lot of people and go a lot bit better than what people really do think that they will, and that's why I have them at 7-10.
You mean the Raiders?
Oh yeah, Raiders. Shit, I said the Chargers. Raiders. Sorry, thank you.
No, you're good. Um, what were we, number 11? Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, this one was kind of hard, but I kind of snuck the Titans in at number 11 with a 7-10 record. Yes, I know you're not high on rookie quarterbacks. We've already discussed this.
Oh man, that is where me and you are completely different on that one.
But remember when CJ Shaw came out, I said, "Watch this kid." I'm telling you, Cam Ward.
And more, he didn't look
Watch
good in
him.
the preseason.
He's going to have that team. I mean, they're not going to be able to contend for the AFC South. I mean, that's Houston's division all day. Um, I can see them splitting the series with the Colts.
Wow.
um, but yeah, I can see them splitting the series with the Colts. I see them losing. They're going to lose both games to Houston,
Mm. And they
and
could win both. It's Jacksonville or one.
yes, I see them winning both games. Oh, against Jacksonville, because Jacksonville, that's. I mean, yeah, that's just a shit show start waiting to happen.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's who I got. I got the Titans just barely edging, and the reason why I have them ahead of the Colts is because I got the feeling, you know, if they split with the Colts, they might end up with the same record. If not, I got a feeling they could take both games away from the Colts, depending on who's quarterbacking. So I'm just saying.
Not much saying. I'm just saying. Oh, here we go. 6-2. I don't know. A real team in PA. I mean,
Okay.
most recently, yeah, but historically, no. Uh, Next, I have the Dolphins at 6-11. I am going. I went from high to we're in the shit show now.
Yes, definitely.
Uh, Dolphins at 6-11. They to me are just barely better than the Jets. Tua can't stay healthy. Tyreek can't stay happy, and Jalen Waddle can't stay healthy, and A-Chain can't stay healthy either. So there's your offense. There you go.
Wait, you got unretiree Dan Warren coming back.
Oh yeah, Darren Waller. He, if he wants to stay the whole year, he could play. Um, so all right, good. I'm not the only one who's very low. To me, I think this is as
All
we
three of
talked
us have him
about.
low.
I think like as we talked about, this is Mike McDaniel's final year with the Dolphins. This is it. They are going to implode after this year. Everything is going to just hit the fan. Um, Again, Patriots and the Bills are way better than them, and I just don't think that they have it anymore. It is as dysfunctional as you can get, really, with how Tyreek is acting and uh, what Tua and Jalen Waddle have said that he needs to reintegrate himself with the team. That's never good. So, yeah, I see this team being pretty shitty this year at 6-11.
Wow. I got the Colts at 6-11 as a 12th best team. Again, sorry, Jason, but you're putting your faith into Mister. I get tripped over by the grass and can't throw the ball more than 30 yards down the field. But your defense will keep you guys in games. Um, you guys do have a very good running game. So I mean, as long as you don't have to rely on Daniel Jones's arm, you guys will be in a lot of close games until you got to rely on his arm. Then that's where, yeah, your 11 losses are going to come from.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, I watched that man from when we drafted him, which I was very not happy about, to when he was let go last year, and I kept saying the same thing. Why did you guys pay him that money instead of giving it to Barkley? And you for what? Also, you could turn around and just cut him, which you end up doing.
And the
So you
market wins
lose
Super
your
Bowl.
best offensive weapon. You probably gave the worst offensive weapon the money that he shouldn't have gotten. And so, yeah, I mean, I've always been a firm believer that all quarterbacks, if they find the right system, can be a good quarterback. And I mean, hey, you might get lucky. He might be the right quarterback for your system. I just wouldn't bank on it.
No. No. And then again, to add insult to injury about everything, uh, Saquon wins Super Bowl last year for the Eagles at all teams. So
Yeah, this is where the records
next,
are really going to be shitty.
yeah, next at number 13, I have the Jets at 5-12. Um, Fields to me wins them those games. Him and Garrett Wilson, I think, will have a good connection this year. We will see, Jay. We will see if Danny Dimes can get it done in Indy, or if what I said does come true. Um, Jets defense might keep him in a few games, but I think Fields really does do well for them, but just not good enough. Again, it is the Jets. They are a very dysfunctional franchise. Um, so yeah, but again, we are hitting the bottom of the barrel in the AFC, so I have them at 5-12.
Um, I have what number we on?
13.
Oh yeah. I have the Browns at 5-12. This is a. I mean, this whole. I mean, let's be honest. The last four teams are basically all a shit show. It's just a depending on which shit shows are going to be a better shit show.
What shit show is shinier?
Exactly. Um. Yeah, I just. I mean, Flacco's going to give them some breathing room, and that defense is still going to be the defense that they have been. But I just don't see them getting any more than 5 wins. And out of the bottom four, I mean, they kind of have the most potential, which doesn't say much.
All right, we're getting his in. Here we go. Jets 8-9. Buffalo 12-5. New England 10-7. Hey, he's with me. New York 8-9. Miami 4-13. Okay.
He should, but Joe Flacco's a star. They already named him.
Yeah, and Sanders is third. Any other Sanders got cut by the by the Bucks. Um, yeah, again, these are bad.
Yeah.
Next, next I have the Jags at 4-13. Um, I don't know. Uh, Trevor Lawrence could win them some games, but I think he loses a lot more games than what he wins them. He shows flashes in the games that he should, but then as soon as he plays a competent team, he will go back in the shit can. So, that's all I gotta say on the Jags. Again, these are some bad teams. So, uh, yeah, Jags at 4-13.
Yeah. I got the Jets at 5-12. Simply for the fact that you still got Justin. I mean, yeah, you got Justin Fields, but now he's in another system, which will be like his fifth system since he's been in the league.
Mm-hmm.
The only system that I actually seen him thrive in was Pittsburgh, and they pulled him for Russell Wilson, which to this day I still don't understand why that was done. And I just with this Jet system, I'm just not 100% sure this is the system for him. So time will only tell. Which, I mean, that's the reason why I couldn't give him no more than 5 wins, just because
It's
we don't know what
Jets.
type of we don't know that too is the Jets, and we just don't know really what type of quarterback he is.
I think he's a good quarterback. He just needs to be put in the right system, and he was. And then, like you said, he was in the right system, and we said no. We're going for old man Russ, and it worked for 2 games, and then that was it. Again, you're very high on the Titans. I am I am not. I'm at 2-15.
Oh,
Cam Ward did not look good in the preseason. If he looked better, I would definitely have them higher up. But to me, if you can't get it done against second, third, and fourth stringers, I don't want to know what you're going to do against the first stringers that are running at you. So yeah, the Titans don't have too much going for them. Tyjae Spears is starting the season on IR. I wouldn't say in the last decade, but I mean it was
it was a
dumb
mistake.
that yeah,
It definitely was a
it
mistake.
it was definitely very dumb. And then now we paid however much money to Aaron Rodgers for 1 year. Yeah,
Oh, man,
Titans
Walker.
are very, very bad. Cam Ward, I do not think does good at all. I think Jackson Dart has a higher chance of winning uh, Rookie of the Year over Cam Ward. So yeah, Titans are not good at all. They're 2-15 this year.
Just a reminder. CJ Stroud struggled in the preseason too, and look what happened.
I don't care. That won't happen twice. If I get proven wrong twice, or wrong twice, I won't be happy.
um,
Houston 8-9, Indianapolis 8-9, and 5. Yeah, no. All right, who's your 15th team in the AFC?
this was a hard. I mean, it was basically between which shit show was the shiniest out of these last two, and I had to put Jacksonville at 15th with a 4-13 record. Almost for the same reasons that you said it, but I just see him. I got a feeling their defense might win them a couple of games. But if Trevor Lawrence is not going to win them the games, but I mean, like I said, it was a tough decision depending on which shit show was the better. Because I got the Dolphins at 4-13 as well. So I mean,
Again, you're
yeah,
being very generous.
I
With the
agree with Jason
Browns,
Jackson. Dart needs to sit for this season and learn behind Winston and Russell. Just don't learn how to throw interceptions from Winston.
or Russell, and I'll tell you, Russell, he liked throwing them at the end of the year last year. I I think Hunter might win it just because he's doing a lot of stuff on the offense and defensive end. Um, all right, Browns are the number 16 seed in the AFC, in my opinion, at a whopping record of 1-16.
Wow, you're giving them just one game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I think Joey Flacco's too old, and I don't
I
trust
agree.
Dylan Gabriel and Sanders. I don't trust either of those two. And Joe Flacco, I think if the air breathes too hard on him, he might fall over and break a hip. So we got to be careful with that one. And again, he is in the black and blue, uh, AFC North.
Yeah, I've already said that was a dumb move to move Trey back into the first round to get Jackson Dart when you could have got him in the second round.
So I looked at the schedule. I think the only team that they have a chance of beating is the Saints.
You gotta give him more credit than that.
No.
Okay.
Um, I gotta shit on one of the teams in the AFC North. I have to. So I had my chance, and there it is. The Browns going a whopping 1-16. They avoid the 0-17 by one game. Again, we went from very high on the AFC to the bottom of the shit show barrel. So
Ouch.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got the Dolphins. That team is just that's just a disaster waiting to happen.
Mhm.
I mean, you got in-house fighting between your star receiver and your star quarterback, and then your star quarterback can't stay healthy, and then it's just too much internal bickering going on that's causing that team to just fall apart.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to
Yeah.
the NFC.
All
Um,
right.
I'll start. I'll start with the NFC.
Okay.
Okay, so I got as the number one team in the NFC is once again the Detroit Lions. I got them going with a 12-5 record. Um, Not much has changed with this team. Only thing that is, yes, they did lose Ben Johnson, but I just don't see much changing as on the offensive side. Defense, I mean, they just seem to keep getting finding pieces to plug in, and with Hutchinson coming back, that's just going to make that defense even stronger. How can you be overrated when you had the number one offense in the league?
Yeah. I don't think they're anywhere close to overrated. I'm right with you. I think they're number one in the NFC, tied with another team actually, but I think that the Lions will be the number one seed going into it.
I gotta disagree. Hold on, Jeff. I gotta disagree with on
Mhm.
that. And Hooker, he he's not a fit for the Detroit Lions.
I disagree. I think Campbell has them playing good. I mean, their defense didn't play good as soon as Hutchinson went down.
And then they had injuries after injuries back to on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, they were going into like their fifth stringers at that point. They didn't have anybody else. So a new year now they're fully healthy. I mean, yeah, they lost Aaron Glenn too, which was their defensive coordinator as well as Ben Johnson, their offensive coordinator. But I don't think that really changes anything. I think they're so dominant, and they will have a 14 and 3 record. All
Who do you
right,
have number
number
one, Jeff?
two. Oh, I said the Lions at number one.
Oh, okay. All right, number two. Oh man, I can't believe I'm saying this fucking team.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I have the Washington Commanders at 11-6. They showed me a lot last season with Rook and Jalen, which I don't think any of us seen come out of nowhere. Hell no, ain't no fucking Cowboys. And they just gave Daniels more weapons, and I mean, yes, you heard right. I said the Commanders. As long as he doesn't hit that second year wall, The only reason I put them over Philly is because Philly didn't do a lot of moves during the offseason. Yeah, they had some trades late in the season, but yeah, they. I mean, a lot of them, and they look. I mean, Pittsburgh stole their best corner, Darian Slay.
Yeah, and they lost other pieces on the defensive end too.
Exactly. So, I mean, hey, we only thing we can do is go by what they did last year. I'm going by what I saw last year, and they was a team that, I mean,
Yes,
there
they
was a
overachieved.
gritty. That team was a gritty team. That team was always fighting in every single game.
Hmm.
I don't know about that.
One of the reasons why they won the Super Bowl last year, he's washed, I guess. So
Yeah, but let's see Cooper DeJean in an actual non-nickel dime package.
yeah, where he is the a corner. Um, I'm right with you. I have the Commanders too, and Jay's gonna freak out. I said that I had two teams at 14-3. I have the Commanders at 14-3.
Yeah, I don't have him that high.
I know, but I'm showing that I'm very high on the sophomore quarterbacks this year,
Yes, you are, which
and
is very unusual for you.
in Jane Daniels, Bo Nix, and with Drake May with the Patriots. This team, again, as you said, really, really shocked pretty much everybody. If you say that you saw the Commanders going where they went last year, you are full of shit. Um, no, no one saw that. There's not a shot. Did I think that they were going to be better? Of course, but not to the NFC Championship better. Uh, to me, they are definitely better than the Eagles. Uh, again, Eagles to me got worse on the defense, and the Commanders got better on the offense. So uh, that just leads to being better overall to me for the Commanders. They do probably split with the Eagles this year, though. I don't think they win both games. Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah, they split
Commanders. I
with the
think.
Eagles.
I think that the Commanders they do amazing this year. I think I'm not gonna spoil my end of season stuff yet, but I think that they go far this year again. So Commanders at number two.
Okay. I have I have the Eagles at number three. Will you quit with this Dallas shit? Um, I have the Eagles at three with a 10-7 record. It's going to come down to probably the last 2 weeks of the season between the Commanders and Eagles for the NFC Championship, well, NFC East Championship, and I still got them, just losing. But like I said earlier, the Eagles didn't do a lot during the off season. The defense did get, to me. I feel the defense got worse. Um, Getting John Ritchie was a big help with the offense, but your offense really didn't need more help. Your defense is what needed more help. I hope he's joking. So
I
yeah,
honestly couldn't tell you if he is or not.
but yeah, I got the Eagles at third.
Yeah, I mean, as you can tell with my list, I'm high on the high on teams, and I go very low on the bad teams. So
Yeah, we
Eagles, I
noticed.
think are yeah, Eagles I think are still going to be very good, even though their defense got worse. They still have all the same offensive weapons. I see them going 13-4, right behind the Commanders. Like you said, would be down to the final few weeks. Oh, T.Y. Hilton when he was on the Cowboys for like a year or two. That's that's not as bad though. I mean, it makes sense. He was on the Colts for a while. All right, never mind.
As you
Again,
were
Eagles.
saying.
I think Eagles are still going to be very good. Hurts and the crew there wins them a lot of games. That defense, I think, will still have moments this year, but just not as many as they did last year. But again, they will still be one of the best teams in the NFC at 13-4.
Okay. The fourth team I got is the Buccaneers, finishing with a 10-7 record. Um, a lot of teams that I have are not going to have that high of a record because the majority of powerhouse is in the AFC, and the NFC teams are notorious for constantly beating up on each other.
I'm a Jersey whore. I love jerseys.
But I mean, with everybody basically returning for Tampa Bay and your guy Baker Mayfield, I mean, he's made me a believer that he's the perfect quarterback for that team.
hmm
He just needs to not turn the ball over as much as he did last year. And I think that's what's going to plague him again this year is where he's going to try to force things to happen when he shouldn't. Who you got that for?
Oh, number 4. I have the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
My big gripe on them, I love Josh Jacobs. I really do. I think he is the perfect powerhouse running back that they need, who can also catch out of the backfield. If Jordan Love can play smart with the football and not throw it into triple coverage and just throw it up and expect his wide receiver to catch every time, and if their wide receivers can stay healthy, I see them doing very good this year. Um, so, and again, that defense is very good as well. The And the Vikings, to me, are obviously are not going to be as good as they were last year with now having JJ. There will definitely be a few hiccups along the way for them, whereas the Packers have more familiarity there. So I see them being pretty high here in the NFC at 12-5, number 4, right behind the Eagles.
Huh, okay. Um, my fifth place team is I got the Rams. That division basically is pretty much anybody's division,
hmm
and the only team I could see actually, just taking the division will be the Rams. The 49ers have too many injuries. I mean, right now that team is unreliable. The Cardinals are the Cardinals, and with the Seahawks, Yeah, I'm just not sure with the Seahawks.
Hmm.
They could go either way. So yeah, I got the Rams at 10-7. Take one in that division, and I mean you still got Matthew Stafford. You got Nachua, and their defense is. I mean, even though Aaron Donald is not there, that defense is still an upper echelon defense. So
Yeah, I'm right with you. I got the Rams at not yeah at number 5, but going 12-5. Uh, Again, Stafford, he's a laboring hunt coming into the season. That's the only thing that really worries me with this team. Again, like you said, they got Puka, they got Adams now, which I think will have a big year. They still have Kyron Williams, and that defense, like you said, is very, very good. So I think they will do well here in the NFC, win this division. But unlike you, I don't think they win it by very, very much this year.
yeah, I mean I think the only team that will give them a run for the division will be the Seahawks. But again, I mean, again, we don't know what Seahawks team is going to show up. That's a whole new
Yeah,
team now.
I know.
All right, 6 I have the Packers, and I got them at 10-7 as well. I got a lot of 10-7 teams just because, like I said, this division, this conference always beats up on each other badly. The whole
Hmm.
NFC conference. I mean, especially the top teams, they constantly are beating up on each other. The bottom teams are just, yeah, they're just the bottom teams. Um, right now the Lions are still the standard of that division. The Packers are trying to return back to being the standard of that division, but Jordan Love just, I can't trust Jordan Love yet because there's too much Brett Favre in Jordan Love. And when you got a DNA makeup like that, that just it becomes hard to trust him until he actually starts showing that when him doing that is working. But until then, I just can't rely on him to, especially in close tight games and key moments.
I didn't change it there. That is the biggest question mark for me with the Packers team.
Yeah,
Again, like
exactly.
he could play very well and be pinpoint, and then he's very careless with the ball. It makes it very tough to trust him a lot of the times. Number 6, I got the 49ers at at
Okay.
11. Yeah, at 11-6.
Wow, you got him really
I
up there
know,
high. Ooh.
I know you're very skeptical on the injuries, but I've said this to a few people. I don't remember if I've said it on the podcast, but last time McCaffrey was out for a significant amount of time with an injury, he came back and he played every game of the following year. I understand that he's older now, but I think he could still do it. Uh, with that Shanahan offense and Brock Purdy, I know that the wide receiver room is very questionable right now, but
What the fuck? What the? Oh, didn't I see that coming? Was not ready for that.
mm-mm.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if I like that nickname.
I have to agree.
Um, all right, that stopped me dead in my tracks. Their defense got worse because the Broncos took a few pieces from it. So we'll see how that goes. I'm a bit stunned at the moment, so I'm just gonna move on from the Niners. So I don't got to think about that nickname anymore.
Yeah, moving along. The eighth team I have is the Atlanta Falcons. I do see a lot of potential in Penix Jr. I see a lot of potential in that offense, but I'm just worried about how they're going to use Kyle Pitts. If they use him the right way, that offense could be very explosive. If you start using him as where he's supposed to block and stuff like that, you're wasting his career.
Did you say
I,
the Falcons? Hey, he's your guy, man. Oh boy. Um, that's just a fucking Jason. Next I
yes,
got the Bucks and my guy Baker Mayfield at 10-7. Um, what are we at? 5, 6,
we're at number 8.
8 already? Jesus, fucking damn. Baker. I mean, they'll be higher up because they will win the NFC South. From no, um, I'm ignoring that one. Because that is no. Uh, Bucks are a good team. It's just same team that they've had in a
Okay,
while.
now I'm definitely going to ignore him now. Um, Jason, you need to be tested for drugs, please. Okay. Well, I'm gonna move on since what the fuck? Okay, I missed part of this conversation here. Let's see. Okay, we saw that part. We saw that part. Okay, this is where I didn't see. Yes, I still don't see the Falcons going to the Super Bowl with Penix at any given time. Um, yeah. Okay. Um, where were we?
I was talking about the Bucks, and then I got the worst take in NFL history displayed on our screen. So it's not gonna happen. So I don't gotta imagine nothing. Who's your? What are we on? Ninth team?
Yeah. I got the Seahawks at 9-8. Again, I'm not sure what Seahawk team is probably going to show up, and I don't know which Sam Darnold is going to show up. Are we going to see Minnesota Vikings Sam Darnold, or we're going to see New York Jets Sam Darnold? So
It's
that's why I had
true.
to put them in towards the middle of the pack because we don't know. He's very inconsistent.
I'm right with you. I just have them win one more game. They are going to be 10-7. Um, again, don't know what we're going to get of the entire offense really. So that's why I have them at 10-7. I think that they're still going to be a good team. Just I don't know what we're going to get really, but I mean, I have faith that Sam Darnold has now turned his career around. Um,
I hope so.
from what he was at a while ago. So yeah, Seahawks at 10-7. So I'm right with you on that one.
Okay, I got the Vikings at 10 with 9-8. With everything that's going on with Minnesota with JJ and Addison, and it's forcing them, and all these trades that they're making, and it's forcing them to bring Adam Thielen back. It kind of has me almost at a point where are they trying to do a hard or soft reset, or are they doing all this stuff to actually start rebuilding? Like I can't fathom the mindset of what that organization is doing. So I'm not 100% sure, which is why I got them at 9-8, which is a huge drop off from last year.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm right with you now. Vikings, I have them just one more game at 10-7. I think they're trying to build something around JJ. Uh, and they're just trying to figure out really how good he is. I think they do think that he is good with how he played in the preseason last year, and then he got hurt. And that's why they're making all these moves to to try and put as much around him as they can to make him as successful as possible. Um, and again, that defense is also really, really good. It's a real well coached team. Again, I just think that they have a few hiccups along the way with the just with the Vikings. So, I mean, I see them just sitting 10-7. They'll be right there with the Lions, Packers, and Vikings, or with the Lions and Packers, Lions and Packers. Jeez.
I know Jason got us all fucking flustered right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I got the Cowboys at 11 with a 9-8 record. Um, I couldn't go any lower with this team because they're just the Cowboys, and I'm so sick of hearing this is our year. When all they going and plus with the Michael Parsons situation, and you still got Dak Prescott as your quarterback.
I mean, yeah, man, he's the highest paid one in the NFL. He earned it.
Yeah, he earned it by not being able to get out of the playoffs. Hasn't gone to a conference championship game yet. This team hasn't been to a Super Bowl in 30 plus years. And they still keep saying this is our year.
Exactly.
So yeah, this is your year to go 9-8 again and not make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, you said that you can't go any lower with this team. I can. I have the Bears doing better than them this year,
Oh wow.
going nine
Holy
and eight.
fuck.
Um, I really think Ben Johnson turns Caleb Williams' career around. Again, I'm saying that after 1 year. And again, yeah, I understand that. Um, yeah, Bears 9-8. DTF is really good. We actually coached well this time by Ben Johnson. Um, again, there's a lot of talent on that offense. It just needs to be used correctly, and Ben Johnson will definitely do that for them. So Bears at 9-8. Dallas, you slide down another spot.
Yeah, Dallas is very solid at losing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so my 12th team is I have the Arizona Cardinals. Um, the only thing that really bothers me with the Cardinals, and I've said this I don't know how many times, is Kyler Murray's short ass at quarterback. I mean, they have a young tight end, they have a young wide receiver. I mean, that offense can be explosive as long as he can find a spot to throw the football where he can see through the offensive through the line. That's the only thing that worries me. Their defense looks pretty stable. There was a lot of games that defense kept them in games. So yeah, I could see them going to the 7, possibly maybe 9-8 at the most. I could see them scratching out 2 more wins, but no more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, but that's a lot of NBA, NFL, a lot of professionals now. They're in the games a lot more than film, which is weird. All right, all right. I cannot have them any lower now. I don't know what number we're on. Jay's got me
we're
very, very flustered
we're
and
still on 12.
confused. Perfect. Um, I have them at 8 and 9. They're not even gonna have a winning record. Um, Dak can only do so much, as we've seen. Uh, the offense will carry the entire team because as long as Micah does not set foot on the field, that defense doesn't have a sniff of a chance to stop a fucking cold this winter. So never
He'll,
mind stopping whoever has to run against this team, which will be a
he'll,
cakewalk because that defense still sucks. Even,
he'll
you
be
know,
on the field, laying on the trainer's table.
which is fine with me because he deserves to do that because he needs to get paid, and Jerry Jones is being a bitch. So fuck you, frickin' Mr. Big Cock Brock. Um,
Do we have to go through that again?
um, so yeah, Cowboys, you're gonna suck. I can't wait for it. Um, and Jerry Jones is gonna go on the mic every single week and be like, I can't believe we lost this game when
So
he won't pay them. So yeah, I got nothing. It's the Cowboys, man. I mean, I'm frustrated for Micah. Like, just pay him, man. I don't know. Like, involve his agent. Like, it's not that difficult. Like, I don't know.
here's the problem with the Cowboys. They can't pay him because you got all your money tied up in Dak Prescott.
And CeeDee Lamb that they waited and waited and waited to do.
So you're paying an over average quarterback, and I'm being judged by calling him over average, instead of paying your best defensive player. So yeah. Okay, moving along. I have the Bears at 7-10. I do see them improving, but not as much as you have, Jeff. I just don't see that improvement. Yes, Ben Johnson is a great offensive coordinator. I like to see him as a head coach, which he is now, and I like to see Caleb Williams actually in that system. So yeah, I have to have him right where I have him at 13 with a 10-7 record.
I have I have the Cardinals at 7-10 here.
Okay.
Again, um, Murray's height doesn't really bother me too much. It's just the division that they're in is very, very tough. With the Rams, Niners, and Seahawks ahead of them. But I still think that they're definitely talented enough to get 7 wins. Um, Again, a good offense. Marvin Anderson Jr. in his second year now with Kyler Murray, I think it'll go well. Trey McBride, same thing. And the defense, it can get it done at certain times. So again, this team definitely isn't the best of the best, but it definitely is not even close to the worst of what we have in the NFL. So I got to give respect to that. That they will be 7-10 this year.
Okay. Quick break. Hey Jeff, look what came in today.
Oh, the drop zone mug.
Yep. If I could get it in focus, I might have to take
Yeah,
my backdrop off for a second.
yeah, you are hitting some crazy take today, man. Yep. There's our drop zone cup that you can get at zoneelitewear.com. We have what now, 62 products, Tony?
Um, I'm not saying.
Yeah, we have 60 plus products that you can get, and you can use the promo code drop zone, right?
Yep.
For I don't remember how much. It's been a very long week. For
50,
how much off, Tony?
so if your order is $35 or higher before taxes, if you put in the code Drop Zone, you get a 15% discount. So again, who don't like saving money?
And again, our promo code or our sponsor, which
60 what? Who are you talking about, Jason? 60. Oh, he's talking about the number of items in our store right now. There's over 60 items in the store, our online store.
yes, and yes, our sponsor, Dubby or Doobie, however you want to say it. I got mine. Again, I cannot try it due to health reasons, but I will have probably my sister try it and tell me how it tastes. I got the starter pack with the cup and 3 different flavors. Three. That is true. They do not like saving money. Um, this one is Dragonade. It's dragon fruit, pink strawberry lemonade. So yeah, you can enter that promo code at doobie.com for 10% off your order. So yeah, we can get back into our rankings. Wanted to just do a little.
So we got 3 teams left. And so at 14, I have the 49ers at 5-12. And again, the injury issues is what's plaguing me with this team right now. I can't put faith in CMC right now until he actually shows that he's going to be on the field. I know they just traded for Brian Robinson, which brings up a huge question mark with CMC is the fact that are they feeling that CMC is not going to be there all season long? The receiving core is decimated,
Mm-hmm.
and the defense, they're just, I mean, they're still good, but they're not as good as what they were the past couple of years. So yeah, I just with everything going on, I had to put them in the bottom, and that was it was kind of painful for me to do that. But at the same time, I'm looking at all the factors of why I had to put them at the bottom, and that's the reason why I had to look before I hit what he said.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, Next, I have your New York Football Giants. I have them finishing 6-11. Yes, they have the toughest schedule in the league, but I know you don't want it, and I know Jay doesn't think it should happen, but I think Jackson Dart should start at some point this year because he looked really, really good in the preseason. I understand that it's preseason, but he did look really good, and the energy and the vibe seemed to be high when he did good on the with the team. Who? The Giants. I see them shocking a lot of teams, shocking the league with a few wins that they're gonna have this year. The defense, Tony, as you know, has gotten a lot better. Um, I think Dart has a chance to be ready. Russ, I think will struggle in the first few games this year, and they might be quick to put Dart in, and I wouldn't blame them because Dable definitely wants to try and save his job along with the GM. So I don't know. I can see that happening, and the Giants finishing with a better record than I think everybody really thinks at 6-11.
Well, we're not too far apart. I have the Giants at 15th, with a record of 5-12. Um, like I said, we have the toughest schedule in the league, and I mean, I was being generous seeing 5 victories because we have been known to just beat teams that we're not supposed to beat. Every once in a while, we'll get that little lucky streak. Um, I would agree with Jason. Jackson Dart just needs to sit the whole season and learn. We have two. I mean, yes, Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston aren't the most talented quarterbacks, but they're talented enough to keep this team afloat. So we can actually get more offensive parts. Um, Malik Neighbors is going to love with Russell Wilson because Wilson is great at throwing the deep ball, which obviously Daniel Jones couldn't do. Yes, I agree. The offensive line need to be more shored up before you can start Dart. I 100% agree.
All right, I got the Panthers. Uh, 5-12 on the Panthers.
Wow.
Again, I think Bryce Young will what I don't I don't think they're gonna be fantastic. But I think Bryce Young definitely does look better this year. Um, I mean it's the Panthers. I mean their defensive line is definitely very good. Other than that, it's kind of questionable. And again, that offense is now getting a lot younger, now getting rid of Adam Thielen. So we will see how that goes for them. It's a youth movement there. So uh, again, they're not gonna be great, but I think 5-12 is definitely very generous for them to be this year. To me,
Yeah, I gotta agree with you, Jason. The Panthers are gonna be a lot better than 5-12. Yeah, they're not gonna be one of the upper echelon teams, but they're definitely gonna be like in the middle of the pack. They're not gonna be in the lower echelon where you know, especially with the last team that we're about to bring up, which is a, I mean, this team is gonna be a joke to begin with, and that's the Saints. I was being generous when I gave them 3 wins.
Me too.
I mean, I could see them squeaking on maybe 3 wins, but that no more than that.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the Saints. Um, if I have the Browns beating them for the only win of the season, that shows you how bad they are going to be. Um, yeah, the Saints are very, very bad. Uh, Defense, they still have Cam Jordan at least and Davis. And on offense, they have Alvin Kamara, which is going to be their whole offense all year. So, yeah,
Yeah,
it's going to be very bad.
yeah, but he's getting up there in age.
Exactly.
So, did you make a prediction of who's going to be in the Super Bowl?
Yes, I did. I didn't want to spoil it with the one pick I did. Um, I think it's gonna be Ravens Commanders.
Okay.
Uh, and again, I think the Ravens are going all the way this year, and they got it. I think Ravens are gonna win a Super Bowl this year.
Well, we got half the participants right. I got the Ravens as well, but I finally got it as a breakthrough season for the Lions. Now, I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl because that Ravens offense and defense is just is insane.
Hmm.
But I do have them actually finally at least knowing what a Super Bowl looks like.
I mean, I would love to see my guy Baker Mayfield in the Super Bowl, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think it's Ravens year this year. I think that they're done beating themselves. Hopefully, they get that all out in the regular season if they do, and then in the playoffs they just tear through it and make it all the way and do good. I mean, I'm high on the Broncos, but not that high. No, not yet.
I mean, it is football. Anything can happen. I mean, no player has ever been fully 100% healthy going into a Super Bowl. So you can't get those freak accidents. I just don't see it. Not right now.
Give it like 2 or 3 years if Bo Nix keeps going in the right uh trajectory of upwards. Yes, he'll definitely. I could see them being in Super Bowl.
I said it earlier. I mean, if there's any Bills fans, I'm sorry, but I think that window is closed.
There's too many good teams in the AFC now.
The Bills kind of defeated themselves with those couple seasons where they could not get past Kansas City in the playoffs, and I think that window is officially done. I'm not gonna say officially closed, but it's almost nailed shut.
Yeah, I mean, Allen, he'll still have excellent years, but I don't think he can carry this team to the Super Bowl with how much talent is in the AFC now. You know, with the Bengals still, and the Chiefs, and the Ravens, and now the Broncos and the Chargers. I mean, yeah, obviously, he will be.
I mean, whoever, I'm gonna put it this way: whoever could dethrone Kansas City in the AFC is going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And the way we have our ranking set up, I mean, we don't even have Kansas City as with the best record, so they're not having home field advantage.
I mean, I'm not saying that they're going anywhere either. I'm just saying that they're a top team in the AFC where a game between them and the Bills could really go either way in a playoff game. So that's all I'm saying.
Yep. Uh, we got anything else?
No, I can't wait to watch this back at the end of the season and see how right or wrong we were.
Yeah, I can't wait either. Um, yeah. So basically, again, if those of you who couldn't catch it on the Facebook group, give me about an hour and I will have it uploaded. So we're calling it a night
Mm-hmm.
on behalf of myself and my co-host Jeff, and of course our wonderful instigator Jason.
Yep.
Oh, we like to see we all see you next week.
Bye.
Later.